Hello my little creators and welcome to my channel. Today I will be doing my first review ever, and the product that I will be reviewing is the Art-n-Fly 24 variety alcohol based markers. That was a mouthful, and they came in this little nice transparent plastic bag that you see right here, which is so cute. It also came with a marker blender, and the markers come with a chisel point at one end and a plastic ballpoint at the other. I also gotta give it to Art-n-Fly for the design of the markers because they look very elegant. They definitely came out with their own designs as opposed of trying to copy the copy markers. And they look quite bulky when you first see them, but they actually accommodate to your hand very nicely. And because of the design of the markers, they don't roll off your table, so you don't have to say bye-bye to them while you're working. I appreciated that they also put a little drawing of where the chisel tip is and the classic tip is. I'm super happy about that. So I also did a little swatch with the colors, and I love this set. They came with really nice blues and greens and yellows and browns, grays, and they even came with 3 markers that could be used for potential skin colors, or more likely they are skin color tones. The only negative is that they only came with 1 purple. Purple is like my favorite color, and they only have 1 of them. I wish they would have been like 2, the dark one that you see and a little bit more like lighter one. But the ink of these markers is amazing. They're not bright like many other colors that they sell in the pack, so you definitely could use all of them to just color one illustration without having to use any other art medium like watercolors or copy markers or whatnot. A con that the markers have is that the little color at the cap is not exactly the color of the marker, but I mean that is understandable because once you put colors into plastic, they usually come out a tone lighter, or usually they come out with much more lighter than they're supposed to be. And they also at first I thought there was going to be like 4 grays, but it turns out the 2 of them weren't grays at all. So yeah, definitely the cap isn't like your best bet to know how the colors will look, so I do suggest that you do a little swatch with everything, not just with markers. So I do this little nice illustration of this girl just holding her hat, and I put her in this sort of Edwardian style of dress, which later on remind me very much of the central character from the anime Candy. And another con with the markers, not really such a pesky of a problem, but they do leave streaks when you color with them. So I do advise that you either give it another coat of color, or that you use the color pencil method, which is color just in one direction in really long streaks. But I didn't really have any problems with these markers at all. The blender marker, I would say for me, I don't really would put it to use or really need it at all. I did use it in this illustration, so you guys will see what happens when you use it, and basically it just makes the color lighter and it just spreads them out. I did try using the blender to combine 2 different colors and even colors in the same range, and it still gave me the same effect. So, but like I said, it's not necessarily like I really need it. or anything of the sort. The ink on the markers is really nice and really colorful. Even though the colors, like I said, are toned down, they still give you that pretty sort of vibrant color at the same time. So they're super perfect. I actually had this markers for over a week and a half because I am a total noob when it comes to markers, and I was looking for markers that were cheap enough so that I could buy and start working with them. At the moment of buying these markers, they cost me $38 and $8 for the shipping. And the plastic on the markers does feel cheap, but I don't think this really has anything to do with the value of the markers and stuff like that. Yeah, like I said, at the beginning when I bought these markers, I was really looking into putting more color to my sketchbooks. I really wasn't looking into markers that would allow me to draw illustrations that I could potentially make prints out of and sell. So I was really pleasantly surprised when I did do some illustrations just using those markers, and they come out looking divine. Okay. I seriously love these markers. I really do recommend it for beginners who want to get into coloring with markers without having to, you know, break your bank because markers nowadays can be really expensive, especially with, you know, Copics being the top dog in the whole industry of markers and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I really do recommend the markers. I also learned a few weeks ago that Art-n-Fly is coming out with the brush tips for some of the markers. I do know that they do plan having refills for it, and they actually have a skin set, which I look very much forward to buying. I really want to get my hands on those skin tone colors. So hopefully in the future I will be doing a review of that too as well. For the drawing, well, there's really not much to say. I did use some screen tones at the ending to give it a little bit of a pop-up. And also, before I forget, I just want to let you know that it would be probably best if you color with the markers and then you ink your illustration afterwards. I did try inking my drawing and then drawing with the markers, and the inks, they spread the black ink, you know, the outline out. But I mean, so far I've loved these markers. I will keep an eye out for Art-n-Fly products and second set they might launch. You can see by the swatch that the colors which they started with, and then we'll probably be able to get some colors that fit nicely in between those for more blendability of them. And yeah, I mean, you can see the other illustrations that I've drawn with these markers on my Instagram, on Facebook, and on AMINO. I've posted some of them. Don't forget to check out my description box for the links to those social medias. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you have liked this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of these markers. Have you bought them yourself? Have they worked nicely for you? For me, they have worked super amazing. I love them. Will you probably think about buying them? I'm super curious to know you guys' answers to those questions, which are so many. And until I get to talk with each other again, this is where I'm going to be logging off, and bye bye.